there cracks in your foundation? If we're not careful, and those cracks become bigger and bigger and bigger, and before we know it, the empire or everything that we built can come crashing to the ground. And that's exactly what happened to me. I built an empire on stilts. There were multiple parts of my life that I did not address. So if you're a married man and you're engaging in and she doesn't know about it, it's more about the fact that you're hiding it, that you're lying it, that you're out of integrity with that. What would they think about you if they found out? Who would you be? What would happen to your marriage? What if your kids found out? And then put yourself in her shoes. What if she's doing the same thing? How would you feel? Are there cracks in your foundation? So what do I mean by that? As a successful either entrepreneur or business owner, building your empire, you're building your company, whatever it happens to be. And in order to build something sustainable, something to go the length that can be as big and as great as you possibly want it to be, it requires a very, very strong foundation. And if we're not careful and address the cracks in the foundation, those cracks become bigger and bigger and bigger. And before we know it, the empire or everything that we built can come crashing to the ground. And that's exactly what happened to me. I had a very large investment firm at the peak, managed $1.4 billion. And the reality is I built an empire on stilts. There were multiple parts of my life that I did not address, that I did not put energy into. There were voids. And rather than address those voids in my marriage, in my physical health, in my emotional well-being, in my spiritual, I just worked more. I was filling those voids with more money, more work. And I'm here to tell you from personal experience and having experienced a tremendous amount of devastation and pain that you cannot fill those voids in the pursuit of wealth. You know, many times as business owners, we'll hit ceilings in our business. And the go-to is like, we need more employees, or we need to shift this, or more systems and more procedures, or whatever it happens to be. We bring in coaches, we bring in consultants. But nevertheless, I'm here to tell you that the success of your business, the depth of which you can grow and to the height of which you can grow, will be predominantly based on who you are as a man and how strong your foundation is in your personal life, period. This is really about you. If you're hitting a ceiling in your business or in your life, you are the common denominator there. You are participating in that. You are playing a role in that. It's imperative that you understand that you are the creator of your life and you are playing a role. More often than not, the answer is not outside of you. It has to do with you. For example, if your shoulder hurts, you go to a massage therapist, you go to physical therapy, you get it worked on, it feels better for a moment, it feels better for a moment. But if the pain's still there and it's still there, many times for those of you that have gotten massage, if someone's shoulder or somewhere else in your body hurts, there's a pressure point maybe on your lower back that needs to be released in order for your shoulder to feel better. So many times when we hit ceilings in business or in life, we think it's one particular thing, but the reality is there's something else that's actually out of alignment or something that's not working. And today I want to talk about that, sharing some personal examples of, again, what I'm calling cracks in the foundation. So the reality is, for example, if you're a business owner and you're in the pursuit of wealth and there is strain within your marriage or relationship, it needs to be addressed. You're playing a role into it. Maybe you're not using your voice. Maybe there's a lack of intimacy. Whatever it happens to be, there's something that's going on that you need to address. But rather than address it, you've got the demands and the energy that's going into work that gives you greater fulfillment. So rather than deal with those issues, you actually go put more time into work and think, I'll get to it tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. And a day becomes a week becomes a month becomes a year becomes multiple years can become decades. And these little things become very, very big things. And one of the biggest things that I have found in cracks in the foundation really have to come to do with the things that we're keeping secret. It's the little white lies. It's the stuff that we're afraid to talk about. Let's be clear. Everybody isn't an addict. Everybody's addicted to something. There's our addictions. It doesn't matter what it is. It's not just drugs, alcohol, porn. It could be a number of different things. Most of us have a modality that we turn to numb, to not feel, to check out. For example, porn is a big thing that not only affected me, but affected a lot of men. So why do we turn to that? And it's so much more than just because we're turned on 24 hours a day. That's not the case. More often than not, people turn to pornography or masturbation to regulate a dysregulated nervous system. It's the dopamine hit that comes from it. And so we dismiss it like it's no big deal. Nobody knows about it. And I'm here to tell you, it's not even about as if porn's good or bad. It's the secret. It's the shame attached to it. So if you're a married man and you're engaging in porn and she doesn't know about it, it's more about the fact that you're hiding it, that you're lying it, that you're out of integrity with that. And then put yourself in her shoes. What if she's doing the same thing? How would you feel, right? And so many times we have shame and guilt associated with certain behaviors or certain patterns, and we don't talk about it and we just kind of bury it. No one's going to know about this. You're at work, you're building building your business, you're making all this money, people are patting you in the back, good to go, you're amazing, it's all these incredible things. But then there's this little white lie behind the scenes that nobody knows about. What would they think about you if they found out? Who would you be? What would happen to your marriage? What if your kids found out? And I'm here to tell you that the cost to something, it seems so small and so minor. But the reality is that if you don't address that and you don't bring it out into the open, if you don't speak to it, I'm telling you, it will have negative consequences that will catch up with you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but it will eventually catch up to you. You cannot live a lie. And there's a lot of shame, there's worth, there's all these things tied to it. And I'm here to tell you that having gone through all this personally, there is no greater peace that comes from speaking the truth and living the truth. Addressing those cracks. Most of the cracks that we have in our lives really are tied to things that we're hiding, things we're keeping secret. And porn is a big thing that affects millions and millions of men. It's harmless. Nobody's going to know. But energetically, I promise you, it is affecting the other parts of your life. It is affecting your marriage. If you and your wife, she knows about it, you talked about it, then great, go at it. It's not about that. It's more about the lie. It's more about what's not being disclosed. That's an example of a crack in your foundation. Your physical health. If you're not taking care of yourself physically, you put on 10 pounds becomes 15, 15 becomes 20 and 30. And then before you know it, you could balloon up and be an extremist like myself, where I used to weigh 350 pounds. I thought I'd get to it. Rather than working out, I'm going to go make money. Rather than work out, I'm going to go make money. And my worth and my identity became attached to that to such a degree that when I actually ended up losing my company, I had nothing. I didn't have the body. I didn't have the business. I lost it all. And it was completely avoidable. But again, these were these cracks, and these cracks become crevices. And before you know it, things come crashing to the ground. So if you do not address the cracks in your foundation, in who you are as a man, it will catch up to you. There is a cost. There are consequences, both positive and negative, to everything. And I'm telling you, it's not worth it. If there's a little white lie, if something's happened, if there's been a betrayal, speak to it. I'm telling you, no matter what happens, it's going to be for your best. And you're going to be better off because of it. The weight that we carry in hiding these things is energetically is heavier than you could possibly imagine. And then when you speak it and you take ownership in it, radical accountability for the role you play, I'm telling you, your life will transform and everything will be better off more than you could possibly even imagine. I'm telling you, address the cracks in your foundation. Speak the truth. Take radical ownership for you. And when those ceilings that you've hit in your life, when you speak the truth, when you take ownership for it, I promise you, you'll blow right through them. I'm a strategic advisor to elite men. This is what I do. I help people identify. And one of the greatest things you get with working with a man like me is I can connect with you in your pain and in your shit and the things you've done. Trust me. If you think like, well, what if it's this? What if that? Well, you didn't do this. Trust me. I will meet you there and I will hold space for that. And if I've done this, so can you. If you're interested in working through those limiting beliefs, working through those ceilings that you're hitting, I've got an incredible program called the Rebuild Protocol. And this thing is exclusively for elite men that have had success, that want more in their life, men that want to have it all. Because I truly believe you can have the business, the body, the relationship, be spiritually connected, and be emotionally, mentally strong across all pillars of your life. It is possible, but it requires that you take accountability, and it requires that you let go of the things that aren't working. And the letting go, speaking the truth, and doing that is the most painful part, but it's the most freeing part. And again, with me, you get somebody that has walked into that fire. My tagline is freedom is in the fire. Everything you want is on the other side of what you're avoiding. And I'm telling you, if I can do this, you can do this. You're the creator of your life. If you want it, go and get it. And one of the greatest things is having somebody, a mentor and an accountability partner that can be there by your side to help walk you through the flames, and flames that I have walked through myself.